Warning: the following video has not been approved by the Comic Code Authority and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The.Comic.Assassin. It's a beautiful Monday here. I'm trying to keep it down. I'm trying to be a little bit more quiet just because my little man is sick downstairs. I just put him down for a nap, giving me the time to do a video for you guys. So if I'm being a little bit more quiet, that's why. Like I said, he's home sick from school. Want him to get his rest. Hopefully he gets better soon. But it's Monday. Hope all of y'all had a great weekend. Coming off a Super Bowl Sunday, right? I'm not a big NFL fan, but I did watch, most of the game. Go Chiefs. Congratulations to you guys. I was rooting for you, even though I have no skin in the game. But from a historical kind of standpoint of view, I was kind of pulling for the Chiefs. And they pulled it out. I honestly thought the 49ers I thought they had it. But hey, may the best team win. Congratulations to Chiefs and all you Chief fans out there. That's awesome. But what happened in the Super Bowl is we got some glimpses of some things that's coming out in the MCU. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But there were some other good trailers and commercials and stuff that came out. You had that Wonder Woman commercial. I think it was like a Tide commercial where it was her, and then you had like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I thought that was a good one. The Jason Momoa one I thought was hilarious, even though it wasn't comic book related. Where he's like, my home is my sanctuary, and he's like ripping off his muscles, and at the end of the thing, he's just a balding, really skinny dude, right? Versus the Jason Momoa that we all know, right? I thought that was a clever one. But there were some other good movie trailers that came out. So let's I just want to talk about a few of the non-comic ones, then we'll talk about the comic ones. But first off, the Minions. I thought the Minions trailer was really, really good. As a parent, you're always wanting movies that you would want to watch and go to the movies and watch with your kids. That's one that I would probably do. Right, I remember taking my daughter to Despicable Me when it first came out many, many years ago. I know my kids, they loved the Minions movie. I know at least the first Minions was really good. So yeah, I thought the trailer looked pretty interesting and funny and something that's for all ages. So yeah, definitely probably going to be checking that one out when it comes to theaters. Also, Fast and Furious 9. Right? It's one of those movies that you know it's going to be action-packed. You know it's going to be exciting. They got John Cena in there, right? They got John Cena in there, which is going to be another selling factor. You have Hans coming back from which we thought he was dead, right? But he's coming back in. But as exciting as that movie is, it's like there's a certain level where it's like really. Like there's that one scene where they're driving along like the rope drawbridge type thing, and it's falling, and they're still driving on it. It's like I think they kind of went over the top with trying to make it crazy exciting, where it's like almost non-believable. And I don't think they need to go that route, but hey. But it did. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be an entertaining movie regardless. But the one that I was actually really, really excited about was Mulan. Right? And surprisingly enough, because honestly, I watched the cartoon animated Mulan. It was okay, but I wasn't was never a fan of it really. But I'm really liking the way that trailer came on it. And it's, as a guy who's done martial arts off and on his whole life, I've always liked those martial arts style movies. And so yeah, that Mulan trailer, that looked dope. So that's one I'm really looking forward to. Of course, we're here to talk about comics. So let's talk about the comic stuff that we saw during the Super Bowl. The Black Widow trailer. Didn't get really anything new. it gives you kind of more of the synopsis. We're talking about the Black Widow and her original family. You have the Red Guardian. I did like the fact that they made the Red Guardian less of a comedic factor. Like he wasn't there just to make you laugh. Like they made him seem a little bit more serious in this trailer, which I liked. But other than that, you got a few more glimpses of the Taskmaster, which I'm still not a fan of. I'm still not a fan of how they're doing Taskmaster in this, but who knows? I haven't seen the movie. But when it comes to the Disney Plus, this is where it gets interesting. So we saw some glimpses of Loki, Wanda Vision, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I'll be honest, out of the three, the one that I found the most disappointing was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Right? And I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but it didn't really sell. If you're going to show an ad, sell something to me. And just showing Sam throw a cat's shield into a tree doesn't really sell it to me. We get a little picture of Zemo. We know Zemo's in there. It shows a little picture of Bucky. That's fine. But it didn't really do much to sell me to go sign up to Disney Plus and watch that show. Right? Now, Loki was probably my second favorite, and even though it was the shortest out of the three of them. And the only reason being is it's intriguing because you see him and everybody, some people are talking about it. He's wearing that jumpsuit, TVA, right? Which we all think is the time variance authority. Which I believe actually Comic Tom actually mentioned the TVA months and months ago. Had nothing to do with this. It was just the fact that they were talking about Umbrella Academy. And they were referencing that into, crossing over into Marvel. Like, did Marvel ever have something kind of like that? But yeah, so there might be some time variance authority stuff going on. To me, unless you're a god, how do you imprison a god? I've never really got that. I mean, he's the god of mischief. But it's intriguing. It's intriguing, and that might cause some books to start spiking here soon, especially when it comes to those books that Comic Tom was referencing months and months ago. But the one that I was more surprisingly excited about was Wanda Vision, and I'll be honest with you guys. Out of all the other ones, this was probably one of my least favorite. I mean, I'm not a huge Vision fan, but I've never been that excited about WandaVision, but seeing how they did that trailer, like I said, it's my number one right now as far as Disney Plus goes for what they showed. I just love the way that they shot it. It looks like it's a mix between, Leave It to Beaver and Brady Bunch. It's kind of like that. That's the kind of feel that you get of the way that it's shot, and so I like that. I like that aspect, but also you can tell that it's definitely going to be a show that's going to be darker and deeper on a psychological level than it leads on to be. So yeah, I'm actually really, really looking forward to watching WandaVision. So if you haven't checked out all these trailers, you can get on YouTube. You can find all of them. But yeah, check them out. Let me know what you guys think. Which one are you more pumped up about? Which one are you least pumped up about? And what is your theory about the whole jumpsuit with Loki? Huh? Are we all in agreement about this? Time variance authority, or could it be something else? I would love to know what you guys think. But speaking of time, this is also the time where I let you guys know what books I'm going to be looking at this upcoming new comic book day on this beautiful Wednesday coming up. So here's just some picks I've looked at. It's kind of a light week for me personally. But when it comes to indie, I'm thinking I'll probably be picking up Butcher of Paris #3. This is a Dark Horse comic. I really just enjoy this read because it brings in kind of the, there's the whole historical component where we're talking about, this known serial killer, but putting it into a fictional persona type of thing. I've really enjoyed the book. It's one that I recommend. Also, here's one that, just for the cover alone, and maybe because of my product of the 80s, right? The Predators Hunter 3. So yeah, it's Predator Hunters 3 number 1. Right? If that makes any sense. But they got this glow-in-the-dark cover, and I'm just a sucker for, little special covers like that. It's already sold out on Midtown. So if you can get a hold of it, especially if you're a Predators fan, I grew up watching, Predators, Aliens, all that stuff. And I don't normally read the books, but like I said, when they do something a little special, when they do like a glow-in-the-dark or something crazy with the cover, it entices me to come in. So that's one of my other top picks for indie. But probably one of my top indie books is Adler number 1. And this is from Titan Comics, and I like that cover C. That's a Victorian homage cover. And it seems interesting. It's a kind of a Sherlock Holmes style book. And in fact, I think the character is based from Sherlock Holmes. Meets like the League of Extraordinary Women. So she kind of gets a team up of these extraordinary women rather than, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So it seems like an interesting concept. There's several other covers that are good, but if I was going to buy one, which I probably will, and hopefully if I do, I get that cover C. I just like the way it looks. It's kind of just simple, classic. Like I said, it's a Victorian homage. That's the one I'll be picking up. Then rolling over to DC, we got Batman number 88. And I'm actually liking what Tinian is doing with Batman. I've been keeping up with it, and it seems interesting. It's got me wanting more, which is what you want from a comic book, right? So yeah, I'll definitely be picking that one up, and I'll probably be picking up that Matina cover B. And my next big DC pick is also a Matina cover, and that is Joker Harley Criminal Sanity. All right, cover A. I believe this is number 3. I want to say it's number 3. But I just really love that cover. I haven't been keeping up with the series, but when I saw that cover, I was like, man, that's dope. You got the whole Joker face, and it just looks, yeah, I think it's an awesome looking book. So check it out if you're so inclined. All right, now moving on to Marvel, we have an Ant-Man number 1 coming out. If you're an Ant-Man fan, you should be happy. Check it out. It's got some stuff going on with him and his daughter and everything else. There's plenty of different covers on this one. I'd say go cover A or go whatever. The other ratio and incentive variants, I'm actually surprised because none of them look that good. Right? They don't. So, if you want to go spend extra money on that kind of stuff, that's fine. I just don't see what would make you want to do so. Because none of the other ratio variants or the incentive variants just don't really pop to me, right? We also have Mortal Hulk Great Power coming out. I believe this is a one-shot. And I don't know about the storyline. The only reason why I'm recommending it is because normally books that have these hybrid stuff, especially when it comes with Hulk and Spider-Man, they usually tend to be, higher on the collectible scale, right? So it might be one that you just might want to pick up, and that way maybe years down the road you're like, oh man, I wish I would have picked up that book. Now it's like 3 times the cover price or something like that. But yeah, as far as the story, it may be good. I've loved some Immortal Hulk. Don't get me wrong, but it's a mishmash between the two characters. So who knows what's going to happen? But my number 1 pick from Marvel is actually Dark Agnes number 1. You've heard me talk about her before. She has been a character that's come up she's in the Conan. What's the right word for it? All right. She's with Conan, okay? Like she's in that world and realm. As far as historically being, she's been recently in the Conan Serpent of War series. But this is actually her first solo series. with Marvel. And I think in comics, period. She showed up in comics briefly before she first showed up in Marvel, but this will be her first solo series that I know of. There's also going to be a few other first appearances that I imagine that we're going to get. I mean, we're talking about 16th century France. I mean, she's kind of the chick that's like, you don't mess with me, or you're going to get the sword type of thing. She seems like an interesting character, and for some reason, it's a character that I've really enjoyed. So yeah, that's going to be one of my top picks for Marvel is Dark Agnes #1. Now what that means, there's one other book, and this is going to be my WTF book of the week, and it's also one that you might want to buy, and that is DC Crimes of Passion. So going back to DC, but it's my WTF book of the week. One, because golly, like, first off, do you have to charge us $9.99 for a one shot? Like, I am so sick and tired of these $9.99 one shots. I mean, granted, I think it's an 80 pager. You might be getting your money's worth, but good lord. But also that cover. All right, it's like pretty much you got looks like Batman walking in and catching Catwoman and Nightwing hugging, right? And then Nightwing's looking like all scared, and then you got Catwoman just looking at him like, hey, what's up, just smiling away, and it's just this odd looking cover. And man, if I was Batman, and I caught Nightwing with Catwoman, and they say there's going to be murder in here, and I hope if Batman has any kahunas to him, right, Nightwing needs to go down. All right? That's all I'm saying. But who knows? It might be a good read. I just don't like the price. So that's probably going to keep me away from it. I might thumb through it a little bit on Wednesday just to see if it looks good. But yeah, that's it for this week, y'all. Hope all of y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And when it comes to New Comic Book Day and you're trying to go get them books, this is the Comic Assassin wishing all of y'all happy hunting. Peace.